Morning, everybody. Good morning. Be sure to drop a like on the stream. Glad to have you all in here so early. As you guys can see, I already took the liberty of grabbing the previous day low, which I'll circle. Previous day low, the previous day close. Previous day opens right here as well, but since they're so close, I just didn't even bother. But essentially, it's the same, like almost 20-cent range. It's actually 10 cents, closer to 10 cents than it is 20. The previous day high, which actually gets the extended hours high, which we don't normally mark, but I ended up just highlighting the area that was kind of a combination of those three levels up there, and vice versa down here at the bottom. Again, the combination of the true previous day low, and this is a bigger time frame level, so I just kind of combined those both. But it looks like under 409.20s, we need to look towards 408.50, 408. If this ends up breaking, we'll be looking towards 407, 406s. If we can get back over this, it's kind of just a median area, really. I really wouldn't look to trade anything in this tiny little range. Whoops, I didn't even mark anything I wanted. But we can look for short-term moves above this. We can look for rejections against this. So this is kind of like a gray area to trade right here, in between here. I would really wait for it to leave the 410s to the upside towards pre-market high, or under 409.20s to reach the previous day lows. So pretty easy to see plan here. We're literally still inside of the yesterday range, which is kind of sad because if you back up, we're not just inside of this, we're inside of where we fell from. You know, we fell from here, sat inside of this pre-market range pretty much the entirety of yesterday, and now we're still inside of this range again. So we're building a lot of consolidation. Whenever this finally pops, it's going to be a pretty nice move. But back to the bigger time frame so we can cover that real quick. You can see we're still just literally sitting in that 406 to 412 range. Remember, nobody has control inside of here yet. If we can hold this and bounce through 412s, then this could possibly be a very strong buyer move to 420s and maybe even through the 420s. If we end up cracking 406s, this could be a very strong move to the downside. We could see 400, we could see 396, we could even see 388. You know, we could really see a lot of these levels break today or get retested again. So this is kind of what we need to focus on, is between 406, 412-ish. So we'll be focusing on that. But does that make sense, everybody? Give me a thumbs up or a yeah or something to show you do understand what we're looking at for SPY today. Bigger and smaller time frames. Again, every single stream, I start with the bigger and smaller time frames of SPY. Then we move on and we make a list based on the other tickers on our watch list here, using the same methods. But let me type this up so we have it ready for everybody. Not everybody is in stream. People do have families. People have lives to attend to. People have jobs. So there are people within the text channels of the Discord community that still need to see this. This is why we type up our list. Plus, it's just good practice to look past our list. Above 410 for early. Scalps towards PMH / 411s. Alright, there we go. We got SPY typed up now. Which, if we do crack this, we probably will at least go test this area and maybe see a strong bounce at first, but then we'll see if that bounce can hold or not. That'll be kind of the big question. If we don't break this, we end up just holding it, which I doubt. we'll have to bounce and we'll have to either reject this or push through this. That's essentially what our first move is going to be on the day. You can see I might not even have to add a level on Apple here. Oh, maybe the previous day low. Everything else, though, is kind of in place. Previous day highs right here. Above 152.15 target. Actually, no. Yeah, 152.60. 153.15. Towards 54s. Below 150.75 target. 150.15 / 149s. Ooh, Microsoft's on fire again in the pre-market. Look at them. Previous day high, meat of the previous day high. Pre-market high is basically marked. Previous day open, previous day close, low of previous day low, meat of previous day low. Let's add a halfway point here. That's a pretty wide range there. Add that level in between. Remove drawing. Pan it up a little bit so we can see everything. Above 261.15, target 262, 263.10. Above 263.10, target 264, 265. Below 258, target 257.40, 256.75, and we'll just say 256. Amazon, ooh, I like how flat they are. Am I on the right chart? I am. Yeah, previous day high is marked, previous day low is marked, previous day close is right here, pre-market high is about right here, which actually lines up with the previous day open almost. Yeah, 103, so we'll just delete that and we'll watch 103. Previous day close. Damn, I wish there was like another level like right here, literally this level. Kind of like where this higher, or this like where price kind of like build this higher low, held here end of day. That would be a really good break below level 101.70. Also to the upside 103. So I'd say anything between 103 and 101.70 is what we need to probably watch on Amazon. I'll just highlight it. We'll move on. All right, make sure we're on the right chart for Tesla, which I'm probably just going to go back here, which I never do this, but I want to add the wick of the high and the meat of the high of that day. That's what price needs to get over for Tesla to continue higher. So we'll keep that highlighted. Go back to our previous day low. Previous day open is basically marked. Previous day close is basically marked. We'll go ahead and add them. That one's pretty easy actually. We'll type up Tesla. Above 199 or 198.25 to 199 range towards 200, of course. Don't forget 200. What's between that and 204? 202. 205. All right, and then I can't believe I'm even typing that out. Below, zoom back out so I can see correctly. Below 194.80 because that's the previous day close. That'd be a very strong break below. 194.80s towards 193.30s slash 193. Below 193s towards 191.30s slash 190. Meta also flat. I kind of like that a lot as well. Similar to Amazon, you can see they were very flat, which it's good. You want to see flat because that means it's tight, it's consolidating. It's think of it as a balloon that you're filling up with a ton of air, and the balloon is about to explode. That's what I picture when I see a tight range or a tight pre-market. That's a really good thing. Previous day close on Meta, previous day low on Meta, so 185.50s they break that. They're not looking too hot. Pre-market high, we can watch above 187.34, so their initial range is pretty much between here. Google, another flat one, I like that a lot. AMD, there we go. Our precious. So let's grab the wick and the meat of the previous day low. Let's grab the previous day close. Let's grab the wick and the meat of the previous day high. Let's grab the previous day open. And there's our plan. Bam, easy. Above the previous day open in the 84.55 level. Or we can launch. You can technically watch below 83.68, but it's probably best just to wait for this level here, this area, for a break below. But that's essentially AMD's starting range. Let's go to NVIDIA, see if we have a better one. Does not look like we do. Previous day high, meet of previous day high. So that'll be NVIDIA's break above. You have a level very close above the 216.70s there. Above that, though, it can really get going. To the downside, you have the previous day close. Previous day opens way down here. So yeah, this is your starting range for NVIDIA. Above 216s or below 1080s. I think I like AMD a little bit more, though. So I'm going to add AMD to the list. $84.55 to $84.65 range towards. What's in between those? Let's just cheat. We'll do a halfway point. 85.28. I'll just say 85.25 slash 86 or 86 dash, because you want to do like the entirety of that previous day high. So 85.92 to 86.28, 85.92 to 86.28 range. Below 83.20s for downside. Bam, I like that list a lot. We got NVIDIA covered as well. We haven't looked at Netflix yet. Netflix, that one's pretty easy too. We'll see under 360s, or we can see if they can get back above their previous day close in the three. Pretty much this is their starting range though. Between essentially here. I like that a lot though. Which else favorites off the list so far, or non-favorites that didn't make the list? Because even though we don't have them on the list, we covered Amazon, we covered NVIDIA, we covered Meta, you know, and then the list. So we covered a ton this morning on different tickers. Look at that, still holding 409.20, of course. All right, so let me send this out to everybody. Let me get a picture as well, because why not, right? All right, but yeah, let me know which y'all's favorite off of the list or not off of the list. Again, we covered pretty much every ticker from here right quick. But let me know which y'all's favorites. And damn, that only took 15 minutes. So see how long it takes to make a pretty effective watch list? I mean, it took me literally 15 minutes. And I was kind of taking my time. I really wasn't trying to rush anything. I was just trying to go to each one in decent time. And that was to cover, what, 3, 6, 9, 10 tickers, pretty much. We covered 10 tickers, 15 minutes. I also updated the bigger time frame TA yesterday, right before the market closed, about an hour before the market closed, and then a little bit before market closed, about 30 minutes before, I updated with a potential warning, like saying, hey, Jerome Powell speaks today. This was yesterday, so now we're talking about today at 1:40 my time, 12:40 Eastern. And then we have Microsoft is hosting an event at 1 p.m. today, which that's not really super important, but it's still just cool to think about. And then we have a couple earnings that are important, like Disney and PayPal, which you have Disney on Wednesday after close and you have PayPal Thursday after close. Those are kind of the big ones on here. I wouldn't say the other ones are as big, but there are some other ones that are pretty nice. Honda, Kellogg's, Aurora. There's a couple different sectors in here. Yeah, again, Powell at 12:40 Eastern Standard Time today. So probably in the stream before that, which it normally does beat the. We normally close the stream before that anyway. Some TA on the futures by the BB bot. My list, of course, with the TA that we literally just went over in stream. Let me see what y'all said, though. You're in my life routine, bro. Thanks for everything. No problem, Nerd. I'm glad to have you in here, man. Thank you. Love you, too. Chips going to open green. We'll see. Double inside bar meta on 2. Yeah, and that's another thing. There's are a lot of inside bars on the market over the past few days. State of the Union tonight. Isn't that nice? No, I will not be streaming Powell Hour. Powell Hour. Power Hour, but with Powell. Tesla with shares, Netflix, AMD, Microsoft alongside Microsoft yesterday. So nobody has any favorites then. Only Mel has favorites on this. We went over NVIDIA, Daniel. I went over every single ticker on this watch list. NVIDIA, essentially, you're looking under 210.80s for potential shorts. You do have a little bit of support here. Kind of, you see where price kind of bounced up, held. You also kind of have this general vicinity to worry about too. But essentially, your range is 210s and 215.70s, which 216.70 is right outside of that range. Careful. Pretty good rally after that, though. Pretty excited about today's list, though. I think this is a pretty good list, even with today's events and all that stuff. I think this is a very solid list. Seem to be breaking 409.20s here on this 5-minute candle. Still at about 20 minutes before the market's open. Yeah, Microsoft is on a tear in the pre-market. Investors must be very excited for that routine, or whatever, that event. Meta is your favorite? Nice. Usually only trade SPY. Totally fine. You covered all my swings. You are the GOAT. I am long Amazon, Disney, and Google, so I really enjoy coming to listen every day and hedge my positions. Totally appreciate that. This is Jeremy. I'm glad you use me as more of a resource. That's good. Some people are lazy and want to come in here and just try to catch a play, and it's like, dude, why don't you learn what I'm talking about instead of just trying to copycat plays? You'll enjoy it a lot more. "20 minutes till market open. Hydration formation. Everybody drink water." I got you, Jay. I got you. You too, Mark. Have a great one, man. DoorDash and Roku announced a multi-year partnership to launch interactive TV ad promotions. Damn. DoorDash and Roku making moves. Good morning, Pablo. SPY futures hit that single print target and then some yesterday at 40.11, 650. There's another single print to hit at 40.90.75. I think SPY will bounce off of 408, 408. Yeah, I mean, possibly. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't bounce, you know. We would really have to see a good rising volume break of this area to see it break that. So I would be expecting some bounces from the 408s until we see further confirmation that bears are present, because we've seen what price can do from here. We had one of the strongest candles pop up at this support yesterday. What's up, Devo? Anything for you, man? He said, thoughts on AAL? The March monthly 16 put got hammered last week, had 32K contracts open on that strike in one day. 1686 had been my line in the sand for a taking at a stab at it. Let me look at my level. I do have it charted because I remember we were shorting AAL a few weeks ago, or maybe a week ago or so. So I started shorting it from here, held through here. No. We started shorting from here, sold here, bought again here. This day happened, so we waited. Then we sold here again. So we had like 2 weird days of trading this, and then since then they've just been consolidating on this little gap range here. Let me see what my line in the sand is. You said 1686 was your line in the sand. I would say mine's like 16 flat. But honestly, 1670s is where the 9 EMA is catching up to on this support. And this is kind of where we were shorting through. So I would say this is a very strong level to look past. And honestly, it already looks good for early short entries. But I would look for that 1670s break. If you get a lower open today, Devo, and they finish under 9 EMA today, that might be the strong entry. So also look out for that. They look like they're opening flat, though. Sand dollar is your line in the sand. But Devo, I've been watching this pretty heavily too. I'll definitely be posting this in lifetime if I enter it. But I was looking at that one. We were looking at Baba, which I know me and Sand Dollar are waiting for this to pop up a little more. They're up a little bit more today. So we want to see this come up to the 9 EMA and pretty much do this move again. And we'll try to catch it again to the downside. Beyond was another one that we were looking at, which I didn't get to play this because I was already in a different position, but we had posted on this day that it's starting to look good for shorts just because it went up to one of my areas, slowed down, and then wicked back down. Next day, opened lower. Didn't really do a whole lot. I mean, they did a bunch of crazy trading, but they finished pretty much where they opened. And then they opened lower the next day, sold all the way back off straight to the 9 EMA, and that would have been a great take profit spot. Now we're trying to look to see, kind of like Baba, will this pop up again and give us another entry or not? But I will be looking at a few of those. I also kind of forgot about John Deere, which they look good for more downside if they can break 403s. And McDonald's, which they look really good if they can get back into this gap fill, because they still have not filled this gap. They got really close on that one drop there, but not entirely. So I'd be looking for this to reject this trend line still and then pull back down. But there's a few I'm looking at though, Devo. AAL is definitely one of my favorite ones. Morning, King Cabina. And it sucked because I wanted to have the Power Hour stream today, but there's a few things going on tomorrow that I think would be pointless for us to swing. So if I do swing anything, I'll just post it in chat, but I probably won't. Plus, I'm also trying to set an example with that $1,000 account that we're trading with everybody in the chat. I do not want to push people into thinking I have to trade every single day. I have to swing trade every single day. Every time there's a setup, I have to take it. Like, no, you don't. That's the best part about swing trading. You don't have to do any of that. That was Peter. Remember that day that the Nasdaq was having issues. The New York Stock Exchange was having issues with like 80 plus tickers. McDonald's was one of those tickers that they had a problem with, and then they had that weird day. I would ignore that green candle, to be honest. There's a lot of tickers that had that candle. I'm pretty sure you guys remember that just happened not too long ago. That was when the New York Stock Exchange was having that weird day, and like it was like 86 tickers. I want to say it was like 86 on the dot. 86 tickers that had like crazy opens, crazy closes, and then like in between that there was like a crazy day because of all the random buying and selling, which they said was a glitch. We all know that's bullshit. Yeah, we're well below the 409.20s now. We're breaking 409s like you said, Peter. Checks on market. Yup. Put still printing. Do you like the bullish breakout on the Google daily chart? Let's see. Yes, but I would say entries are probably too late now. You probably need to wait for a little bit more price action to consolidate now, because what you're seeing now is an overbought move. Anytime you see gapped up candles, it can consider to be a overbought move. There were really good potential buying opportunities though, so that's something good to review as well. Again, a good just way of doing that is just like on the smaller time frames, we look for a base build, we look for a rising volume push over. You can see we kind of had this little bit of a cascade, then they kind of made this low. They kind of had this slight push up, and then they made another low, but it was the same low. They held this 1, 2, 3 more times. After that third time, they finally exited that range right here, not with rising volume, but a good gap up candle. So this was a pretty good candle. This was a pretty good candle. I would say these were two indications that buyers were definitely trying to take control again, and that could have been good entry. And even if you missed that, right, then let's go from point of the breakout to the high of that move. And you'd actually see there was a pretty good hammer that formed at the golden pocket with the bullish kicker right after. So this was another indication that buyers were definitely in control still. And then they just kind of cascaded up there from there. And now they're back down with, of course, the market is not by itself. But Google, I would definitely be looking for a potential bounce if they can hold 100. It looks like they have that gap there right at 100 too. So if you can hold 100 on Google, you could definitely look for a continuation on that mini. But I did like that because that actually had really good base. It didn't just come down here. Do I have another chart for this? It didn't just like come down and then like one candle, 2, 3, 4 candles later, it's like back through this. You know, it actually built consolidation. It built the same low 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So that's a very strong base. And then seeing it exit with not just rising volume, but it had the gap up, good close out of that range. And then this candle had the rising volume. This candle had the rising volume as it was pushing through again. So there were a few candles here that definitely gave you really clear as day signals for potential upside. Now, again, And this is what throws not just me off, but most people off. When you're looking at this chart, you know, you have to also remember, you have to also be worried about SPY. You know, you're not just trading Google, you're also trading the market. So let's say the market gaps down, but Google looked really good for calls, and you're in calls. Well, now you're trapped because you weren't paying attention to how SPY was possibly looking. So you gotta kind of add that variable into there. But I did like that though, Mini. That was a really clean breakout. Morning, Chance. Morning, Vincent. No, we did not talk about BA today. I didn't even scroll down enough. I've been using their monthly chart lately, to be honest. But key level, though, on Boeing, you know, without even looking at levels, I mean, you have this general vicinity here between 203 and kind of where we sat on support here, here, and here. For price to break lower, so that needs to be broken for BA to move lower. So after that, now you can go add your previous day high, you can add your pre-market high, you can add your pre-market low. I would just add your previous day close though. Previous day opens down here, so it looks like under 206.70s. You can definitely look for some shorts. Above 210s almost 209.60s. Look for potential longs, and you have a very strong bigger time frame area here that if this does break under before the end of the day, you could be seeing the potential fall of Boeing on the bigger time frames. Gulp. J Blonde, I don't post calls in chat. I post ideas, I post trade ideas, but if you're in premium, you'll be focused on DukeBot. DukeBot post signals, which he essentially calls out exactly how I trade. So it's, and this is why he's the only alert guy in my chat, because I know who he is. He started from my chat, and then two, I can actually defend or get onto him based on what he posts, because he's always going to post something that makes sense based on how we trade in here. So if it doesn't match up to what I like, then I can get onto him. If it's correct and somebody's like talking shit, I can actually defend him because I know what he's looking at. So that's what's in premium. We also have the live trade series, the unusual whales commands, and then we actually have a few live feeds as well for people who have premium, for options activity, large orders, price spikes, block trades, shit like that. But I guess I'll get Devin in here. Get my headset on. Yeah, sorry, J Blonde. I just don't like to be that guy that spoon feeds. I really do sit here and I do spoon feed, so I just like to be very timid about how I post things, because I know if I post something, people are definitely going to play it. That's my whole thing. But I do give many ideas in chat. Yesterday we talked about NVIDIA, AMD, SPY. That was mainly my main ideas yesterday for yesterday's trades. Last week we had all kinds of stuff. Again, I would 1,000,000,000% go check out previous streams as well, just to see how we cover things in here. You know, we really just cover levels, what's going on, the facts of the market, and then we talk about, I mean, I do cover trade ideas. I'll literally sit here and be like, all right, guys, if you enter here, set this as your stop, set this as your target, blah, blah, blah. You know, I literally do all of that every time. There's not a time that I'm going to sit here and just say, oh, this looks good for calls, and that's it. No, I always give information on why I like it, what looks good on the bad side of it, and what looks good on the good side of it. You know, your target or your bad side of it, like your stop loss. So I really do cover everything. I do not like to bullshit. Spew down in the DM. Peter didn't come to my house and trade for me. What the fuck? Appreciate you guys, though. Please drop a like on the stream. I see we have almost 200 people in here, and again, like I said before, guys, that really is kind of like a testament to how strong this community is. I mean, the fact that we have almost 200 people in here and the market's not even open yet just shows that you guys give a shit. You guys want to be here. You guys want to grow, because it shows that you guys are wanting to be updated or at least half-ass aware before the market's open, and that's beautiful. This is exactly how you get into trading and how you grow over time. This isn't something you just get into once and you're just done. So I just wanted to give you guys a shout out and a pat on the back for being here before the market's even open. Preach, Jay, preach. I have thought about it, Peter. Honestly, I prefer the public streams. I like this public community we have. Plus, if your whole thing is following my exact trades, then you're doing something wrong, because I literally do sit here and I cover all kinds of stuff like that. So, and I'm not saying you're asking that. Just if people really do want that, then they're kind of stretching a little bit too far. I'm only saying this because I've seen hundreds of different traders, guys. I've seen people join communities and just trade on their own, and they do great. You know, some of them do bad, some of them do great. But I've seen the one type of trader I have always seen fail are the ones who need to watch people's exact trades. I've never seen those people grow because they never take the initiative to actually learn anything that's happening on the screen. They just see what happens, like, all right, I'll recreate that. But what they don't understand is that what we're recreating is in multiple variations, right? The 40% entry, yeah, it happens, and okay, we broke the level rising volume, awesome. But how many times do you see this happen in a different way, where there's a one candle reset or there's a multiple candle reset? There's so many different variations, and this is what those people never get through their head, is because they're too focused on trying to recreate what you've been doing, you know. So that I've never seen those people grow or succeed, so that's why we don't do that. I don't see the point of that. That's why I cover trade plans, trade ideas, so people understand what the different variations are before the moves have even happened. We'll use other accounts to get another like. Appreciate you, Nur. Thank you, Abad. Appreciate you. Morning, Geo. Love you too, Boo Rock. Apple's dying. Don't lie to me. Okay, you're not lying. All right, let me get Devin in here. I said that like 2 minutes ago. But maybe down the road, Peter, that's a pretty cool idea. I got the name right? Hell yeah. I hate paying someone else's alerts. Feels like I didn't accomplish anything except a few bucks with my handheld. Yeah, literally. And then another thing is you have false confidence too. You think that you understood how they did that just because you won. But that's wrong though, you know. You can totally make money off someone's call out and not understand what they meant.
Yo. Good morning, everybody.
Hey, he said good morning, Money Lisa. Get wrecked.
Money Lisa getting wrecky-wrecked. Hope everyone had a good yesterday. Everybody see what's going to go on today. Jay Powell, the man. What's Apple doing right before open? Kind of a little poop.
All right, Nur. I saw you ask a couple times. There you go. That's the one time I'm sending my workspace. I do not like to share it, but that is literally everything.
The workspace link. Uh-oh.
I track this type of stuff. No, Money Lisa, I actually think you're correct on that. Market's open, by the way. We're just not too excited because it's the first 10 minutes. I am correct. You don't have to tell me. I know it. Morning again, Vincent. Sorry you got disconnected. Hopefully it stays a little bit more calm of a connection for you. But yeah, definitely be sure to drop a like on the stream, everybody. Go ahead, Devin, my bad.
Yeah, Apple coming up after that weird pre-market candle. Microsoft opening near the pre-market high. Let's see what happens here.
Damn, Mel, good job on your triple BY. I just saw that. Ow, I just punched my mic on accident. I apologize. I apologize.
So aggressive, Josh. Apple's coming up after that dip. See if it's going to come up and get over 152.10. It's over yesterday close right now, testing that area. XLM's coming up to its yesterday high. There, you must be doing a little bit better. Nice Mel. That's a nice little swing there. Netflix coming up over yesterday low. Microsoft at that pre-market high. Apple coming up higher now. Looks like they're moving pretty well together. See if Apple's going to take out their pre-market high as well.
SPY moved down to the 408.50 very well, wicked up, and now we're seeing a buyer move step in. We'll see if they can crack that 409.20s or not, which was the pre-market low before this recent dip.
Microsoft wicking off that pre-market high. Apple's at pre-market high. Now Apple's starting to wick off as well. Netflix rejecting off yesterday low. Apple is trying to get that pre-market high, stronger than Microsoft now. Microsoft was stronger out the gate. Apple's trying to take over. See if Apple's or Microsoft's going to hold opening price, or is it going to break down lower? Just test it right now.
Totally fine Friday. Energy, base, and energy are the... No, I'm sorry. Tech, base, and energy are the only three sectors green this morning. Every sector's red. But nothing's really green or red by a whole lot. The worst ones would be utilities and staples and real estate. They're down the most. But nothing else is really down or up a whole lot more than that.
Apple's moving over that pre-market high. Got a little spot at 152.50, then 153.10 yesterday high.
Super indecisive first 5-minute candle on SPY this morning, everybody, with the long-legged doji.
That's just coming down, pre-market low. So we got some stuff going up, some stuff going down. Giving SPY exactly what Josh just said, that the decision candle.
No decision yet.
Let it battle out the first 10 minutes.
It comes with time too, Nur. You know, you don't just instantly chart these. I never tell anybody I expect them to fully trust these levels when they start charting them. But over time, as you grow more used to them and you get, you know, more used to what you're looking at these levels, the different variations, you know, starting higher, starting lower, starting flat, you know, that all kind of comes into play. The more you use the levels, the more you stick to this system. And this is the case for any system. You know, this isn't the only system you could profit from. There's millions of different strategies, right? But you're never going to get good at that strategy if you never sit there and focus on it for more than just a week, right? Too many times I see people jump into these levels or any strategy, as a matter of fact, 9 EMA, VWAP, whatever, Bollinger Bands, TTM Squeeze, Ichimoku Cloud, it doesn't matter. People jump into these strategies and they only look at them for like a week or two. And then they think, oh, well, I didn't really get a good break with any of these. That's not enough time. You're not even giving that system enough time or even a real chance at jumping into a good trade on that, just because you're treating it like it's just a week or two thing. Like, you're not giving it a real chance to actually prove something to you, or to even give yourself a chance. It's not even just a strategy.
Microsoft getting that going now with pre-market high, trying to help Apple out. But Apple's back at pre-market high. See if that holds. But Microsoft got a nice pop with some volume there. Got about 3 minutes on our 10-minute candle. XOM's at yesterday high. Tesla's broke pre-market low. Meta's coming down. Google's kind of weak, so comms are a little bit weaker.
Exactly, Chance. That's exactly what you just said. That's the best way to put it. It's not even fair to say that. Apple, Microsoft on crack. Amazon and Tesla weak. Meta's weak. Google's weak. AMD's trying to hold. Nvidia's trying to hold. And Netflix is weak at open.
Waiting on the first 10 minutes. Tesla getting back above that pre-market low, and Microsoft's flying over 262, helping Apple hold that pre-market high. Got Meta coming up off that yesterday low area, yesterday close. See if it's going to hold that. Go getting a little buyers as well. Nvidia catching a wick. Lots of indecision.
SPY having struggle with 40920s. Might see a short-term pop here if they can hold over this area.
And Microsoft's flying now. It hit 263. Another dollar push on Microsoft. If Apple can continue pushing up, that's really going to help drag SPY up. XOM's holding up. Burpee's not doing too much crazy stuff. It's kind of coming up now. Nvidia's gotten.
You know what's crazy about tech though, Devin? Apple, Microsoft are kicking ass. I'll give them that. But I'm going to assume nothing else in tech is doing a whole lot, because tech is actually down compared to when I was talking about them earlier, like the sector itself.
Yeah, that is wild. So there's definitely some stuff could be picking up, or we could be getting a pullback here. I don't know. We just got to wait and see. We got that first 10-minute candle. Tesla coming back up through opening, trying to come back up through opening price. As Microsoft and Apple kind of get the biggest pushes so far. Google's starting to get a little fire coming up now towards yesterday high.
If it makes the chart crowded, Valeria, which I'd have to see which one you're talking about, because most charts I've covered, it's not as crowded. But if you do find a chart that's crowded, go back out to the weekly or even the monthly, and add those levels or halfway points from those emerging candles and see if that helps you out, because that'll give you a less clustered chart, and see how you like that. But most tickers, like on my watch list right now, most of these aren't as clustered right now. They're all in pretty decent spots. And if that does happen, Valeria, you have to also think about it logically. What does that mean if we're around an area that has a bunch of levels everywhere, right? Then that means there's been a lot of consolidation in that area before in price history. That doesn't necessarily mean the chart sucks. Just means there's a lot of price action there, which is just good information to know.
Yeah, some stuff going up, some stuff going down. Amazon still can't get over yesterday low, while Apple's pushing new high a day. Tesla's slowing down at that opening price. Already retested pre-market low, bounced off that again.
SPY is still struggling.
Could be this till Powell speaks later.
Deuce, this is not the time to ask me. We're already streaming. If you want to learn how I chart, how I navigate, how we trade, I would go to my channel and I would watch Workshop 11. Go to videos. You can click popular and it's the second one, but if you just go to recently uploaded, it's down here now since I've been uploading more recently. Down here, Workshop number 11. This is how you get all your levels. This is how you trade. These are the types of entries we look for. I even go over the staircase method, how you can grow your account slowly and passively over time, regardless of what size it is. This is the video to check out if you really are wanting to know. I should probably pin this more. Pin message. And honestly, even if you guys have seen it once or even twice, I would watch that video again. I would go over it once without your charts, maybe even a second time, and then your third, fourth time watching it, I would go over it with your charts. Try to find your own examples, try to chart it out yourself. First 10 minutes is done though. We went from an indecisive candle to a good, decent bull candle holding that 408.50s area. And now we have a lot of upside in our way. So I would say we're at least going to 410 if we can hold today's open. As long as we hold today's open, you should see 410. Nice, Rambo. Nice. That long term. I see you. Apple already up to their previous day open after cracking 152.15. Microsoft already hitting that halfway level we were marking this morning. Above 263s, I'd look at 265. Might see a 3-bar play on Microsoft if everything continues. Watch for Amazon to either reject the 100s and push through 99.90 or push through 165 for a potential buyer move, which you can look towards today's open with that. Amazon might be a very strong buyer move if you guys keep that on watch. And it has a good plan for downside in case it reverses, so. Meta reversing pretty well. Good volume on that second candle. They're pushing over today's open. They're kind of back into their indecisive range, but it's good that they're back in there instead of just holding out underneath. Google holding pretty well. AMD holding pretty well. No movement, though. They're still in between range. NVIDIA is still in between range.
Microsoft not waiting, making a new high.
I don't know where to locate them, Kelly, because it's been a while and I've covered it a few different times in stream. But yes, there is a couple videos that cover that. Because I'm honestly tired of people saying like, oh, there's no emerging candles on this chart. And then I go to that chart and I find some. It's like, what are you talking about? Like even on coin, it might be in a downtrend, but there are still really good levels on that chart. Here, I'll go to it now and show you. I'm not saying you're complaining. It's just I do see people complain. It's just like I don't know why. So like the first thing to look for in like a downtrending stock, right, Kelly, is look for a base, right? So regardless of where current price is, just ignore that for a second. What has price done from this drop? They made a base. You know, they stopped here. They kind of stopped here. They stopped here. So there's a little bit of support in this general vicinity, right? So there's definitely a good level here, wherever the meat is. Let's go to the meat of that low. So about right there at $46, right? From that low, that's where you should start drawing them again. So they already made a new low, and you should probably draw from here on. But overall, you could definitely do it from here. So that's an emerging candle. 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 So on and so on until you get to the top. Now, this is where people get confused. You know, oh, is that an emerging candle? No, it's not. But what is up here? We had old support, turn resistance, so that needs to be marked. Very strong level at 111.80s, right? You can grab your halfway point. You can grab a couple halfway points, get a couple levels in between there, and that'll give you everything you need for coin. Now you just need to go down in here, add your previous day low, meet a previous day low, your previous day open. Whoops. Previous day close, previous day highs. There you go. They broke 673s, they rejected it once, twice, and now they're leaving the train station, headed towards 7130s. But there's always a way to chart something regardless of what kind of move it's in on the bigger time frames. It just takes a second to kind of look at it. Not easy. I'm not going to sit here and say that's easy. It's definitely not. Exactly. Identify base and locate them from there. And if not, Kelly, if let's say you just find the most effed up chart ever, one of two things cross my mind. One, you probably don't need to be trading it. Or two, you just need to chart it a little bit differently. You know, like I did with that 111 level on coin, find a good support that turned resistance, or find a good support that, or resistance that turned into support, you know, vice versa. A good question though, Kelly. Thank you, Big Boom. I appreciate you, man. I really do.
Got Netflix breaking lower. That's a retest of pre-market lows.
It's not that way at all. You can take it once and never have to take it again.
Coming back down to its pre-market low as well. See if it takes out that intraday low.
But you never have to take it again. One time is all you need with the right person, or the right people in the right place.
Seen any monsters lately?
Oh, not me. I'm a happy person. See, I can't. It doesn't hurt me.
Got a next 10-minute candles. NVIDIA throwing up some indecision. Meta trying to come up. Moving higher towards pre-market high. Apple still moving higher towards yesterday high. Microsoft just kind of moving to the right now after its first initial move.
Yeah, really strong morning by the king and queen of tech today so far. A lot of other sectors just trying to find their footing now. You see comm sector slowly recovering. They were red, they're now green. We saw that in Meta, Google. Netflix is the comms stock that's still struggling, but we have seen Google and Meta recover decently. So we're seeing some sectors pick back up. We've seen AMD, Nvidia turn green, so that's good. And now it looks like remember what I said. We pushed above 409.20s. Basically, since this candle, the idea is as long as we hold today's open, you should go up and touch 410s. This candle was a little bit of a struggle. Failed to break today's open. They ended up closing a little bit higher. And now we're back through this 409.20s looking to go towards 410. So we'll see if we get that pop. If not, then we will be seeing a retest of the 408s under today's open.
Meta initially wicking off that pre-market high, coming back down. Apple nearing that yesterday high.
We have Pal in about 2 hours and 48 minutes. SPY going green to red on this candle, back to green. Very indecisive on this candle around the 409.20s. They're definitely struggling around the original pre-market low before the last 25 minutes. What's up, Daffy? Sellers are definitely awake.
Microsoft's almost back at that pre-market high. Meta's came back quite a bit more. Apple rejecting. XOM's back at pre-market high. Looks like Tesla's pulling back some more, pulling the market down a little bit. Google rejecting. Meta's 10-minute candle turning red. Microsoft right at that pre-market high. Amazon really never got it going.
Good eye, Brady. What you were doing here, bro, is goated. We appreciate, fam. No problem, Javier. I'm glad to have you in here, man. Thank you for that. Daffy is the GOAT. Meta rejected 187.30 3 times. Great call out, Jazz. Great job on the updates, guys. I love seeing the non-bias in y'all's call-outs, really just kind of updating what's happening on the chart, not really adding, oh, I'm bullish or I'm bearish. You know, just kind of calling out what's actually happening. I like to see that. Reading the story of the chart. I'm just screenshotting this for chat just to show them what's happened so far. Oh. What stock would you need to watch with Amazon when trading it? You would want to watch Tesla and XLY. Amazon is a discretionary as well as the king of discretionary. So you're going to want to watch them with Tesla and XLY. Amazon is a consumer discretionary ticker. How many of you understand your weights? How many of you have a pretty good feel on what are the top weights of like tech and maybe discretionary? You know, adding comms and banks in there is helpful. But how many of you would say you have a decent understanding of weights and what's what of a sector? You know, what's the king of XLK? What's the king of discretionary? What's the king of comms? You know, just knowing that. How many would you say you have a good grip on that, or don't have a good grip on that?
Nvidia's getting over opening price now. See if that's going to hold.
Learning ever since watching you, starting a lot more with everyone's callouts. Think so. And yeah, it's another one of those things that you're gonna have to do over time. You're not just gonna one day pull up a bunch of flashcards and memorize them. No, you're probably gonna have to hear it a few more times or see it a few more times to truly understand what's what. I'd have to see in what manner, Vincent, because in any case, I don't think that Apple and Roblox are connected at all. If you're talking in terms of market weights. I do like Roblox movement, though. I like their options chain. They have a lot of open interest and volume, so that's always good. Not too bad. Don't well enough. Cooper. Still learning the weights. Good, good. I have decent understanding. I use a cheat sheet till I memorize everything. Love it, Daffy. I love that. Again, I just wanted to see how many of y'all were confident, how many of y'all weren't, just to see, you know, where we're at with that. It'll take time, though, and we'll go over it more and more, of course. Some so-so understanding.
XOM getting over its yesterday high, so energy a little bit stronger than the most, it looks like.
Tech slowed down. When you were saying that Apple was pushing again, they were up about 0.72%. They're down to 0.56 again.
Yeah, Microsoft pulled back pretty hard. Set that pre-market high, battling it out.
Oh, yeah, they were almost at 2.5%. They're at almost 1.5% now.
XOM getting that yesterday high.
As soon as you said that, somebody typed it in chat, too. XOM pushing higher. Good call out, Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor. Alright,
Money Lisa said, Devin, I hit back buys this morning. I'm coming for you.
sheesh.
Cameron in the Discord chat said, breaking news, the S&P is permanently fixed to the 410 range.
We just need J Powell to start saying a couple disinflation words or something, and the market might do something.
Peter, there's not really a correct thing to watch. It's really just personal preference. But those are a good set of tickers. Started my trading career this month last year. What a wild ride it's been. So glad I found this group. Forever grateful for the continued support from everyone. Glad to have you in here, Jack, and congrats, man. That's a huge milestone.
Nvidia rejecting pretty hard. Nothing looking too great to the upside. Microsoft losing pre-market high. We almost got this next 30-minute candle and 10-minute on the market. Here's our next 30 coming in.
Damn, good stuff, Devontae, on your Tesla put. Very quick.
Nice.
Oh, good job not pulling the trigger, Phil. I like your strength. What time does Pal speak? As Hidden Land or Jay just explained again, it's at 12:45 Eastern Standard Time. Google broke. That'd be it. That would crash the market.
Losing pre-market high now as well.
Pretty good pullback on SPY here. They're testing today's open. Only did this one other time. Sinful. Well, we were correct about us testing 408s and then getting a very small bounce, but since then, really nothing has happened. Tech tried taking it. Nothing else really followed suit with Tech trying to move higher. Again, that was the majority of just Apple and Microsoft, though. Tech itself really didn't move a whole lot. It was pretty much just Microsoft and Apple. And nothing else really followed suit afterwards. Everything's just trying to hold base and potentially build higher if they can. Then Tech could have been the leading indicator for a potential push up this morning. We'll see, though. Definitely not wanting to jump into anything early. Nobody's wanted to get into a bunch of big trades yet until Powell, but... Ooh, nice, Mini. He's just messing Jack, because people ask, so he's just messing with them.
Microsoft and Apple both battle those pre-market high areas. XM still battling at that yesterday high area.
AMD and Nvidia are still in range. Google testing today's open, trying to hold. Meta still in range. Tesla got a really good pullback, and they're fighting yesterday's open right now. Amazon really got a strong pullback. They're down 3.5% today. What Tech gave us, discretionary is taking away from us. Some push-pull love between Tech and discretionary today.
Meta's trying to come back up towards pre-market high. Giving it a second retry. See if it's going to get through or reject. It's coming up pretty aggressively. Popping pre-market high on Meta. Apple's back over its pre-market high as well. Same as Microsoft. Buyers still battling on a couple of these. Nvidia coming back up towards its previous intraday high. Meta getting over that pre-market high. See if we can get over 188, then 189. 190.70 is clear up there at yesterday high.
Apple trying to hold on top of the 9 EMA as well as the pre-market highs. If they, as long as they hold 152s, you can see good pops from there. If you see them break that, you're going to be seeing a pullback. Again, that's 152.10s. Microsoft, same exact scenario, different level at 260.75, 261.15 area. Amazon, you're looking for them to try and build base above the 98 area. Tesla, you're looking for them to try and build base above the 193s. Meta breaking out to the upside like Devin just explained. Google also trying to hold their today's open. They're doing pretty well so far, so that helps out Meta. Another thing that could help out Meta would be Netflix. Nvidia, AMD still just inside of the range. Nothing new on those.
XOM getting going over yesterday high. See if we can go touch 114 now. We like those dollar little levels on XOM. So far, Meta's still holding up. Microsoft, Apple still battling the same areas. XOM still holding up. Netflix can't get over its pre-market low. It's having a hard time. So coming down a little bit more. Spot flirting with that pre-market low.
And they just broke it. And today's open. Testing the 408.50s again. A break under this 408.50 can bring a test of 408, and a break of 408 can bring a very nasty drop if they do not hold. Discretionary outweighing tech today. Meta rejected, failed breakout. AMD testing break below. Nvidia still to the top side of their range. And Netflix still trying to hold on to low of day at 356.70s. Morning, Ace. The music constantly puts me in and out of consciousness. Saying there'll be times where I'm like sitting here super talkative, and there's times where I'm just quiet and just like taken back by the saxophone. Pretty good volume on this candle too, right before that dip. Every candle right now is above average volume. The horse isn't even beaten, it's severely dismembered. This music is chill, calm, and soothing. It definitely does help. Listen to some dubstep. Everybody in here would be like, "Oh, I'm in 20 trades right now."
You know, hyped up to the beat.
Yes, Vincent. No entry. Dollar continuing higher. Good call out carry.
XOM's losing its yesterday high now after that slight push above it.
Well, it constantly changes, King Cabina. So it's not really fair to give you just one number. Chance said if you use multiple time frames, puts were good on top of the wicks, 1004 and 1006. There you go, see? There's always trades you can take, Vincent. You know, retest, weakness against a certain area. Just kind of, like, let's say you see a good pump, and you like how it's holding under 411s or something, right? You grab a put. You know, it all revolves around, all right, here's my stop loss. It all revolves around your trade plan, you know, so... It's not just, you know, the passive rules that we have set. There's plenty of other trades you can take, too. It's just all about kind of growing accustomed to setting that trade plan up every time you approach an area where you're like, all right, I want to enter here, or I want to start shorting here, I want to go long here. You know, being able to say, all right, here's my stop, this is where I should probably keep my trade at. Tesla testing meat of the previous day low, the wicking back up. Meta broke out, moving higher. AMD holding the low of yesterday. Could see a good bounce off the low of yesterday. Watch through the previous day close. Nvidia just perfectly in range still. And Netflix just still sitting there on the ground. Google and Meta are trying to go, and Netflix is like, nah, I'll chill. Still just fighting the 408.50s, looking for possible bounces off this area if we see sectors turning green, which we have seen a majority of them push higher. Or try to hold base is how I should put it. Yes, Andrew. If you and Devin went into a 1v1, how long until you're crying? 12 seconds? I'd say less. Less than 12 seconds.
Josh been hitting the weights. I don't know.
He said him and you. He didn't say me and you. So I'd last longer than 12 seconds because I'd run away from you for 12 seconds. Then as soon as you trip and fall, that's when I'd make my move.
But I got a little bit of buyers here. Meta's pushing us higher. Google coming up to yesterday high. Netflix is trying to retake pre-market low. It's like comms might be the strong area right now. Microsoft, Apple still at pre-market highs. XOM's battling yesterday high. Tesla getting a little bit of buyers down here. See if they're going to come up and retest something. 193.78.
Thank you, Jay. I'm stepping away. 408.50 long scalp idea is my only hold right now. Scalps, it's all, nothing crazy. No problem, Burak. Enjoy your day. Taylor's been trying to foot race you. I bet Devin is pretty fast.
So I get some volume on the 10-minute.
I grew up with a really short dude who was like really, like probably the most muscular dude around, but he was really short and he was stupidly fast. I bet Devin got some speed on him. Nerdy Bicep is featured on God Slap.
Microsoft's coming off that pre-market high again. See if we're going to come up and take out that previous intraday high.
Microsoft's on fire. Apple's still holding 152s, guys. You can look for longs here, and you can put a stop loss at 151.90. Main targets your high of day are 152.50s. Microsoft already left the train station.
That is flying. 188, 88, 87. Increasing volume on that last candle.
Google as well. That comm sector, like you said, is strong.
Netflix coming up a little bit. See if that's going to transfer over. We never really had any candles on the 10-minute confirm under pre-market low. Just kind of tested, wicked, and come back up.
Yeah, nothing scary.
Nothing too terrible. But this is what it could be till Jay Powell says whatever he wants to say. I think most people are leaning for him to be pretty hawkish, so if he says anything bullish, it might be good for the market. All that disinflation talk they like to hear.
Caleb, all that cut. Like Darren Sproles, exactly. Yeah, he says disinflationary again. We're probably going to fly. A double down on it. We'll have to see.
XOM's retaking that yesterday high.
A lot of the green sectors are literally still sitting around kind of where I first initially covered them, Devin. And a lot of the sectors that were red have just gotten more red. This is a big reason SPY has not moved this much. Even with tech and comms moving the way they have, they still are not really going anywhere. and turn not really doing anything on SPY.
Go sleepy SPY.
For real.
Some of the last 10-minute candle on a lot of these tickers was second to most volume of the day so far. We'll see if something a little shaky happens. Netflix working to retest that yesterday low. See if that's going to help out the comm sector. Google's still moving higher. Meta's slowing down a little bit. Apple and Microsoft still pushing higher.
This song makes the market move. Dude, if I could find the song that did, I'd put it on, I promise you.
Put on repeat.
Yeah, we would just sit here and listen to the same song if I had a song like that. Oh, what's up, Kang? I think this $200 challenge thing is helping me very disciplined. It's smart to play with small money, Kang, because it forces you to focus on literally just the fundamentals. You know, and that's why I always tell people start out with one contract. You should not be jumping into this market and instantly buying 5 to 10 contracts. It's just not the way to do things. You want to start out very small. Therefore, you learn the basics of everything you're doing. And then as you grow and you expand off of that, you can start to elaborate a little bit more on like, all right, I could grab more contracts here. I could sell more here. I could do this. I could do that. But it's really, really good to start small because it makes you start on just instantly just the basics, you know, entry, exit, it's everything. But starting small is so helpful. Most people see that as something that's holding them back. Like if they had more money, they would do better. That's so wrong. Starting small is the way to go. That's your favorite song? Yeah, I like the song too. There you go, Jaxie. It's just simple numbers game. Good call out, Darren, on AMD. You have rising volume breaking 8320s, which is the previous day low. Possibly seeing AMD pull back. Let's also check NVIDIA. NVIDIA is still rejecting, so that's a good sign. Rejecting from today's open. That's a very strong level at 213.80s. So yeah, I do like that.
As well, retesting previous intraday low. Got 2 minutes to the new 30-minute and 10-minute candle in the market.
Tesla rejecting again. Amazon rejecting 9 EMA. If Microsoft and Apple pull down and Meta and Google pull down, this is going to be very disgusting for Apple. Or for SPY. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Be sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. 226 people, 133 likes. Let's even that up a little bit. Highly appreciate each and every one of you. Again, be sure to drop a like on the stream. It takes a couple seconds. And it helps out the channel insanely. Helps out a lot.
Comms are slowing down. Google lost that yesterday high. Netflix back below pre-market low.
Get to the song.
We'll try to come back out, take that previous high. Meta, excuse me, Meta moving off that pre-market high. Microsoft still pushing higher. Apple's still trying to hold pre-market high. XOM rejected the yesterday high back at pre-market high, trying to hold that.
Oh. Microsoft's kicking ass today.
XOM's was in pre-market high.
AMD getting a short-term retest to see if they can maintain under the previous day lows. If you see them maintain rejection here, you look for a new low of day. If you see them push back over, that invalidates this move under the previous day low. But they're also still a good distance under the 9 EMA, so that's not bad.
Microsoft right near that previous intraday high. Apple still moving higher.
Someone said I'm trading from 30,000 feet in the sky right now. LMAO Delta Wi-Fi for the win. I said getting effed by the market 30,000 feet in the air. That's the Mile High Club. Good job, Rambo. Glad to see somebody took that play. That was probably one of the few I liked. And good job taking your profits, because this is essentially where you need to be taking profits, because if you look, your current day supply is right here. So you don't have any confirmation that it's going to go farther. Great job, Rambo, taking that profit. I think I called that out a couple candles ago as we were testing. Pretty much as long as it held 152 in calls, good push up to intraday high, you take profits. If it ends up breaking this, you cut your losses. Actually, I think I set stop loss at 151.90s is what I said. Good job, though, Rambo. Glad to see somebody took that. It's mainly because of how strong Microsoft is that I was going over that, because Microsoft did the exact same thing. If anything, they just did the exact same moves from the exact same area. It's just two different numbers. Of course, you have these numbers here on Microsoft and these numbers here on Apple, but positioning-wise, they're doing the exact same thing. Amazon, sorry, looking like they want to test and move lower, possibly. Kind of like what Tesla just did. It looks like Tesla's a little bit ahead of Amazon on the breakdown. AMD going green to red here. Very indecisive after breaking the previous day low. Might be a good sandwich candle to see for further continuation down, or we're going to see a retake of the previous day low here pretty soon. See who keeps control. That's not a bad one, though.
Right at that new high day, making a new high day. Still big on nothing burger on SPY for the most part.
Yeah, I was going to say SPY barely getting to react. It's just because of how much is red, how much is pulling down or reversing, while you have so few tickers moving higher that way a lot. Yeah, literally, Peter, holding up the market. Holding it from falling through the floor. I mean, all these green sectors, though, are still relatively where they were earlier. You know, if anything, the only thing that's gotten worse or better is that the red sectors got worse. The red sectors have only gotten more red. All these green sectors are relatively still in the same percentage area. We had XOK at 0.60% at one point today. We had XLC at 0.20% at one point today. Energy's kind of just sat in that area. Base is barely green. But all the red sectors that were red at open today have most of them have only gotten worse. So it's definitely kind of keeping us down towards the lower end of this spectrum on SPY here. Now, this doesn't ruin anything, guys. Again, in a sense, I would say this is just like the balloon example earlier, where you're just seeing a ton of air being added into the balloon, but no explosion yet. What you're waiting on now is the explosion. There's a lot of air in the balloon. Bunch of pressure is building up, is how I should say it. He picked the wrong Delta. Trading Delta while flying Delta feels bad, man. Wrong Delta. I'm on the Gamma flights, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, very weak push on AMD. A good thing to back up looking at AMD would be looking at SMH or SOXX or even SOXS. These are three ETFs you can watch in double comparison to watch any kind of semiconductor break. So let's say you see like right here on AMD, they broke previous day low, where it's like, all right, well, what did SMH do real quick? Well, SMH is still battling their previous day close, previous day open area, previous day low. So you can see they actually need to take out 244.90s, 244.80s before pulling down more. So you're going to need to see this break on SMH for AMD to move lower XOSX is the same story. See, they kind of have to deal with 419 to get lower. Still under a good level here at today's open, and 9 EMA, but still need to break 419 on that. So that could be a good secondary confirmation for anybody looking at AMD or Nvidia. Nvidia not really breaking anything significant. They're just technically at their low of day today fighting. Doubt it holds just out of those 3 tickers. Good stuff. Because, yeah, that'll definitely help you find really good double confirmations. Like, if you ever see AMD breaking lower or breaking higher and you see a significant level on SOXX or SOXX or SMH also breaking, then that's going to give you further confidence or even a better probability of seeing a good outcome of that trade. Those definitely have helped me in the past. And I don't go over those enough, but those essentially do give you the needed double confirmation for trading any of those semis. In the same sense that we call out the weights for SPY. Potentially seeing a bounce higher, SPY retaking the 9 EMA with decent volume. See if they want to break over the 409.20s as well as the 409.50s. In reality, 410 is what we need to be watching over. A pop to those levels doesn't essentially mean bullish. It just means they're popping to that level. Could see a very strong rejection. We'll see here, though. Good retake. Love me some theta burn. Yeah, what's better, the bicep burn or the theta burn? 3-bar play coming up on Microsoft as well. See if that plays out. Ooh, good eye wag. Amazon finally above their 9 EMA, looking like they want to try to move higher. Watch for Tesla above 193.30s. Meta actually looking like it wants to fly towards previous day highs. AMD still rejecting. 9 EMA catching up to them. Nvidia needs to try and break a new low of day to help out AMD to the downside. The random calf cramp burn. Oh, nice, Mies. She said, or Misi, sorry. She said, paper traded the Apple 80% entry, 11% on the first trim, 19% on the new high of day. Beautiful job, Misi. Round of applause for Misi, everybody. Regardless of taking that from my mention or not, it doesn't matter. Still happy for you. Great work, Misi. I can still call you Mies. Apple testing current day open now. Beautiful call out by Noxta. No, it will not be streaming for JPal. If JPal wants to join the YouTube stream, I'll keep streaming. That would be pretty wild, having Jerome Powell as a guest speaker in here.
Have him answer the questions for us.
Oh, I wouldn't even bother him. It would just be cool to just sit here and talk. Ask him non-economic questions just to make it funny. He joins in. Our foreign policy is fucked. He can learn some. Great stream, by the way. Appreciate you, Johan. Thank you for saying that. I really do appreciate that. That means the world to me. Very happy to have a place where a lot of people feel comfortable and just glad to be here. Question for JPal. Do you say hi to all of your staff every morning? I doubt he even knows all of his staff. That'd be a good question, though. I'd show him my PL ratio and beg him to stop immediately. Tesla potential base build to get some increasing buy volume here, firing the 9. Great call out deep. AMD's retaking the previous day low. Good call out. And validating that move to the downside. Yes, it's still that same playlist, Darren. Question for JPal, when will you be dropping merch? Dude, for real, I'd buy some JPal merch. That Kenny G slapper. What's JPal's bench PR? $1 trillion. Just get a big shirt that's green and in black letters. It says transitory. Pal lifts money bags, not plates or gold plates.
Big money bags.
Goes over to Fort Knox and just starts lifting the gold. JPal doesn't measure his weight in pounds, only dollars. Picks up a 45. He's like, nah, that's a bag right there. That's 50K right there.
I was trying to get this yesterday high now. Okay, we're gonna get it.
JPal's weight is not backed by gold. Get it? Because gold's not backed. Or gold doesn't back anymore. Yeah, if you guys are in the Apple call out from earlier and you're out of the first trim at high of day, I would definitely be taking profits now because you're near the previous day high on Apple. Bum, bum, bum. Alright, back to Spy. Back to watching us just sit in range. Totally fine, Nox. It's not like today's really that crazy anyway. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of the deep fake videos lately, Shaw. They've been shoved down my throat across multiple social medias. J-Pal weight is in the faith of the people. Like the Greek gods, the more of us that believe in him, the more he exists. Need another Chinese balloon. What's up, Dustin? How you doing? Pretty good, Dustin. Thank you for asking.
Nvidia coming to the top side of that range now again. Same thing with Microsoft holding up here with Apple.
Still looks
Thanks to
fine,
that.
Dustin. You don't need to make every single stream. Glad to have you whenever you can.
See if Spy's going to pop this 409.60 on this up push here, going towards 409.94.
We just gap down $10 on a 5-minute chart. Dustin, sometimes your kids take your YouTube away. Those little rascals. Be sure to drop a like on the stream, everybody. Over 200 people in here, 150 likes, which, again, I'm beyond happy with. I was happy with us hitting 50 likes. But be sure to drop a like on the stream if you haven't already. 100% appreciate it. Noxed, I swear to God. What's the name of the song currently playing? I'll send it to you. If you'll haven't noticed by now, I put it on loop. Bueller and Devin, thanks for the stream. Headed out for today. 1 out of 2 trades for me, but always learning. Cheers. See you later, Wag. Thank you for tuning in, man. And everybody, be sure to post y'all's trade reviews into the chat if you haven't already. Womp, 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 womp. Potential lower high on the day from open. Alright, so Moon, it all depends on what you're doing. So let's say you're picking a strike on a contract and you're going for a scalp or a day trade. You need to be going for an at the money, in the money, or just one out of the money. And in reality, you really shouldn't even be doing that. You should be going for at the money so you can get the greatest increase of gamma as it goes from at the money to in the money. That's what you want as a day trader or scalper. So if you can, aim for those. Of course, the more you step away from that, the riskier it gets, the more low probability it is, I guess I should say. So if you ever catch yourself grabbing a not as awesome contract because of cost, then you should probably tighten up where your target is. Therefore, you're not missing out. On swings, it's a whole nother ball game. Let's say you're going for a week or 2 out swing. You're probably going to still want to click on a very close contract or a very close strike, close to at the money. Therefore, you don't have to deal with, the horrible variables of the different Greeks and the IV and all that. But 2, let's say you're grabbing a swing with like a really, really far out. Something I like to do for swings is selecting what my target is as my strike, or I'll choose a little bit better of a strike compared to what my target is. So let's say I'm swing trading NVIDIA and I want to go to 230. Then sometimes I'll grab a 220 or a 225 call instead of a 230, even though that's my target. Therefore, I can have a little bit better of a contract. And it might be a little bit more pricey, but the contract will ever be a little better. Strike prices really shouldn't mess with you too much. If you're struggling with those, you need to just look at it a little bit more. And good job to Fantastic Johnny. Posted a mental trade on Apple and Microsoft, and I was congratulating him because I wish more people would do that. That's the best way to grow. You can't sit here and just continuously ask questions if you're not going to sit there and mental trade. Mental trading is the greatest way to grow. It answers every question you could possibly ask. So great job, Fantastic John, posting some of those in the Discord and just discussing them. Ooh, nice post by Daffy on the trade floor as well, posting this potential short-term downtrend that we're kind of in from open. Good job, Daffy. America. No, not as much, Anthony. That really doesn't affect it too much. Yo, what's up, J-Bake? How you doing, boss? Been missing you, man. Hope you're doing better, man. We all miss you over here at the BB fam. Austin, if you've been in my streams or watched any of my videos, you'll know that I never go off of contract pricing. I always go off of what's on my screen. I never go off of contract. Everybody be sure to welcome J-Bake to the live stream. That's the boy. From that potential lower high, we've made a pretty good move to the downside, almost testing the meat of today's low again. Be back next week on Monday. Hell yes. Cannot wait for JBig to be back. I'll be sure to put or show his content on the live stream when we go live next week when he's back, just so you guys can see the amazing explanations by JBig on triple Qs and some of the different tech tickers. And whatever else he posts, doesn't have to just be tech. If you guys haven't already, be sure to click on the pinned message. That'll take you to workshop number 11 for anybody who's interested in how we take our trades, where we get our levels from, how we navigate, how to grow your account. That video covers everything, in depth as well. For anybody who's asking how do you see entries, any of that, if you're asking these questions, you just need to watch that video. Mike. Whoa, Mike, he was talking to your brother, not you. Get wrecked.
Nvidia's in that previous intraday high, breaking it right now. See if it's going to take out that yesterday high now at 215.70.
Yeah, even with these consolidating days, I agree with you, Ninja. These have been some pretty decent streams. Very excited for when we finally get some bigger breakouts. I can start calling out some more exciting moves for you guys. Because it's been very minimalistic the past couple days. But it's not the end of the world. And it's not fair to say, oh, SPY's ranging, nothing's doing anything. There's definitely charts making moves. You guys saw the power of Microsoft, Apple. Saw the power of Amazon and Tesla. And there were tons of moves today. So it's not really fair to sit here and say, oh, there's nothing happening. Yeah, Meta, see Jazz. Exactly, a great time to slow down and learn. But that's how most people don't think about things, though, Another Ninja. Most people look at this and they're like, oh, I could have made this trade, I could have done this, I could have done that. Or even worse, in real time, they're saying that, you know, jumping into trades left and right. When in reality, they should look at this as a learning opportunity. You know, the market's not going to disappear tomorrow. I mean, we would have to see a all-out thermonuclear war across the globe to see this stock market not move. And even then, it still would. You know, so... Which I hope that never happens. That'd be the worst thing ever. Nobody wins that.
Can't go outside. Stock market's still open.
But it's just amazing amounts of learning opportunities during these days that you feel aren't doing as much or giving you as much opportunity. And that's how you really should say it. You really shouldn't be saying here, oh, today's boring or today sucks. We're ranging. No, today just isn't giving as many opportunities. Every day is different. And that's the best thing about this way and how we chart. You don't have to be an economist to understand these levels and to understand that they work or that they're high probability. It's just how you play them, navigating them. You know, you could literally know nothing about what's going on with the economy and still do fairly well. That's the strength behind technical analysis. I wouldn't say today sucks. I would say today makes sense. It's expected. The power that man holds every time he speaks. See you later, Geo. Have fun at work. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Me in 24 trades checking 56 charts thinking I should have cut here and take profit there and a real nice 4-story open window next to me to jump out of. Yes, King Cabina, they would. The 3-day out contract would move a lot more rapidly. The less time you buy, the lower the probability of your success in that trade happening. That's how you should see it. So the less time you buy, the quicker you need that move to happen, is essentially how you should look at that. I don't have the cheat code. That was somebody else in here who made that. I think it was Daffy. Which Daffy can post that if he wants to in the Discord. And the quicker the loss. Exactly, King Cabina. I guess I can't be biased and just talk about a winning trade. You gotta talk about both sides of it. And what should we do for 5K? We should do something special.
Pizza party. Or you all order a piece of pizza, eat it at the same time.
Oh, nice, Daffy. Good stuff. Jesus, Noxta. That's actually really good. I was not expecting to read that. Bither is our game genie. We don't need cheat codes. Appreciate you breaking levels. No, yeah, Minnie. I had it on loop. I was going to see who noticed first. Wagyu steaks on Josh. Hell yeah, whoever this Josh guy is. Can't wait to get some Wagyu steaks on that guy. Is that Leland's real name? Bet. Setup reveal. I've thought about that before, but I really don't have that impressive of a setup. I just have a nice computer that's lasted for a few years now and 3 monitors, which I only use one for charting. One has YouTube and OBS on it to stream. The other has Discord on it. So I really don't have that impressive of a setup. It's just a basic setup. Devin has a pretty impressive setup. He's got like a war room in there.
He's got 2 setups. It makes it look cool.
If username was here right now, he would say Spy looks like an inverse head and shoulder.
Nvidia's almost at that previous high, intraday high, yesterday high. See, it's going to get 216. Was coming back up. XLM's trying to break previous intraday high. Google's still flirting with yesterday high. Tesla's coming up over the level Josh mentioned a long time ago towards pre-market low. As SPY's catching some nice buyers towards 409, 410 here. Got a little buyer pop coming there. Nvidia popping that yesterday high. That was a nice little move on Nvidia. If anyone caught that after it broke range.
Finally broke 214. AMD building a good high or low base, potentially trying to move higher.
See if this pop's going to continue on SPY or if that's just a little short-lived excitement. Apple's back at that previous yesterday high. Microsoft coming back up, trying to take out 410 in the midpoint on SPY here. Nvidia getting it going over 216. Like to see that. Wow, that's funny. Fresh 10-minute candle after that little pop there.
Good job, Deep, for the 15%. Just a short-lived excitement, just like my one. You guys are dark today.
Yeah, the humor, man. The humor's funny.
My chart is broken. I see volume. Yeah, I wanted somebody all to wake up, so I called Pal. I said, hey, man, get to moving.
Somebody's listening to the PAL lunch right now, and he said something, and they're like, "Bye, bye, bye." Nvidia's holding that yesterday high. Potential 2-minute 3-bar play on Tesla up to the pre-market low. See if that's going to try to take that out and help SPY through the midpoint. Apple couldn't get back over yesterday high. Need to see that. Google's moving a little bit higher over its previous intraday high. Nvidia's still moving higher. Yeah, Knox said that would be.
Mercedes-Benz announced today it's bringing its all-new all-electric e-spinner van to North America this year. Damn.
Dang.
You know, a car company that's making bags right now that nobody's talking about is BMW, and they just raised their dividend again. I never would have guessed that. They've been on fire. My friend Philip is showing me that. Shout out to Philip. What's BMW's ticker? I think it's BMWYY. I think is the ticker. What's everyone's opinions in here anyway? Do y'all think that after Powell speaks, we'll be rising a lot more? We'll be going through the 411, 412s? Do you guys think after Powell's done, we'll be crashing through the 408s? Possibly break the 406? Because again, guys, the range is 406 to 412. Keep your eye on 406 to 412. What are y'all's opinions? Again, it's not about being right or wrong. We're just here to cover different opinions. What are y'all's opinions on rising or falling after Powell? Or even during Powell? You know, it might not be the move that happens after. It might be the move that happens during him talking or right before that puts us in motion. Exactly, opinions are biased, and honestly, they're just guesses. If anything, your opinion right now is just a guess anyway. There is no person besides, you know, maybe Nancy Pelosi that knows what's possibly going to happen. That was a joke, by the way. Powell hot coming. You think we'll move lower? Not true. That wasn't a joke. Satire, satire, satire. Damn it, Moon. So you're saying we're going to go sideways? Money printer go burr. I was just seeing what y'all's thoughts were. I am Boo Boo. I'm a huge South Park fan. I haven't watched it in a while, but I am definitely a South Park fan. It will increase initially and then drop when the information is processed. Not a bad opinion. Alright, so what we need to be looking out for next. One second. What we need to be looking out for next on the intraday time frames is, can we get a break over 410? And if so, can we get towards this pre-market angle that we have here? Can we get towards the pre-market lower high, the pre-market high right here? Can we make it towards 412, the top of this range? Or are we going to reject at any point on any of these levels and push back through today's open, possibly break the 408s, and then maybe see the 406s, which again, 406 to 412, again, repeating that, it is the range that we're focused on. So we'll be focused on that regardless of what intraday time frame says. 406, 412 is the important focus. And you guys can see all we've really done is just a little bit of a cascade movement back down to the 406 to 412. I almost said 412. 406 to 412 range, where you see we had a long-legged doji here, just an indecisive candle really. And now we have a very low volume day starting out while we're waiting for Powell to speak. We do have a couple earnings left, like Disney and PayPal on Wednesday and then Thursday. Those are not as important, of course. We do have tons of Fed speakers. The ECB spoke yesterday. Today we have Powell, and there's a few more speakers across the week. Some scheduled, some not. But that'll be very important to pay attention to. So be very careful this week. We could definitely get some rapid movements, but I would like to throw this out to you guys. We are not bearish or bullish. There's a potential chance that we see a very strong move in either direction still. You could see us crash and burn through 406s and be back in the low 400s or even below 400. You could see us hold this range, push through 412s, and we'll be in the 420s again. So we'll be paying attention to see which side we end up pushing through first. But whatever we see, we're going to react to afterwards and try to catch a couple good plays in. If you guys want more information on any future plays, whether it's from Premium or just ideas from members or from myself or from other moderators or analysts across the server, be sure to join the Discord. The link in the bio is available. You can click that, join the Discord, catch other updates, other alerts. But I think I'm going to end it a little bit earlier today, guys. We're going to be looking out for When Pal Speaks. Going to have some updates coming out just to make sure everybody is on par with what's dropping, what's going on. I'll be dropping my spy chart repeatedly while Pal is speaking and after Pal is speaking, so be sure to be on the trade floor if you are looking for those quick chart updates. But I'll see you guys later on. I do appreciate the hefty amount of engagement, interactions, and just thank you guys again for being here, supporting the streams, being here to check out some of the content we provide. But I'll feel so alone. I promise, Ninja, I'm here with you. But feel free to join the Discord. You don't have to pay to watch the trade floor, so just letting you know that. But we'll see you guys later on. Have a great rest of your day.
you.